evening, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and joining me as every Thursday, my good buddy Digger Jim. Jim, what's up tonight, sir?
Oh man, I had to wear Superman tonight after that trailer. That trailer was fire. I don't care what
It was a
anybody
good
says.
trailer. A lot of fun.
It got crypto in it.
Well, what I like is like with the people, even with the teaser,
Yeah.
is you got a sense of wonder
Yeah.
in the trailer from the way they shot it. And I think that's a really essential element. Thought it was great. And of course, our guest tonight, making his first appearance on the 1011. You may have seen him on the Council of Comics. Phil, with a Laserdisc edition of the 1011. Phil, how the hell are you? Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, very good. Thanks for having me. I was when you messaged me about it, I was like, oh yes, definitely. I'll talk about Laserdisc and do a 1011 of them. And I'll give a little I'll give like a what was Laserdisc and why it's still cool today, to me at least. So Laserdisc was in the time of it came out in the late 70s, and it was originally called Disco Vision. And I can imagine how that thing didn't take off.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was it's an analog format, and the discs are, I'll just pull one out and I'll show you. The discs are rather big. They're record-sized discs that play movies. And there's one of them. Look at.
Now you had to flip them too, right?
Or yes, you either have to flip them, or my player, some players had
Disc changer. The thing.
It would have been so big because the machines themselves are just huge because it goes in like an old CD player.
Yeah, exactly. So
and I'm assuming they're the size of a record, so they take up the space that a record player would take in your collection and all your records, right?
Yeah, they're about the same size as a record. Yeah, so they are thin, and that's one of the things I like about it. Is here, we'll show Die Hard just for a second. They are thin, so you could really stack them through. Where a DVD and Blu-rays, they're a little bit thicker. So,
but you can't show Die Hard without answering the question: Christmas movie or not Christmas movie?
I'm gonna say, and I know, I'm gonna actually say, yeah, Die Hard could be a Christmas movie, sure.
There you go.
So, and one of the nice things is some of these have beautiful gatefolds and art that are just almost lost today. So, anyway, back to Laserdisc. It wasn't until around the later '80s that they started to catch on a little bit. It's the first prestigious video format. Everybody had a VCR by then and stuff, but Laserdisc had the digital sound, had a little bit better picture quality to it. And along the way in the later 90s, they got into the surround sound and stuff. And they actually went from regular PCM stereo tracks that sound amazing to 5.1 like this one, and I can show it to you.
Now, did they have special features on them too, like today's DVDs and Blu-rays did, and VHSs and all that?
Yeah, there's that AC3.
Yeah,
that's Dolby Digital, and they did get into that a little bit with the commentary and stuff. There's a few of them that have commentaries and stuff like that.
I'm a sucker for a film commentary.
So they were just getting kind of into that toward the end and stuff, because they now had these different audio tracks they could work with.
Right.
So you got your Dolby Digital track, and you had the two analogs. They could put one of the analog tracks as a commentary then,
And I just love how big it is. I love you have all that description, because I'm still from the old days too, right? I loved when you would play video games and buy a video game and it came with a whole booklet inside.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I'm a sucker for all that extra stuff that's added in there.
Absolutely.
Laserdisc got even more. They got into the DTS surround too. These are later. This is Long Kiss Goodnight, by the way. I don't have many of these. These discs are a little bit more expensive, but they sound just amazing. So
now, when was the cutoff of when did they stop making them officially?
Officially 2000, 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time. I mean, for something that I think that, I don't.
Did they ever do a special promotion of one?
I don't remember anybody that I knew that had one. Right. I mean, it was either VHS tape or.
A lot of people went from VHS to DVD. You know,
right? That's what I mean. Yeah.
They're like home video, and
I'll complain about this every day. My generation got screwed. We went from 8-track or from 8-track LP to cassette to CD in music.
Right. And
then it went to now it's friggin' digital. So that's 5 things we had to buy shit for. Then we went to
Walkmans.
Walkmans.
Walkmans to MP3 players. Now it's just VHS, on your phone.
And then it was like DVD. Now it's Blu-ray. Then it's 4K. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And so
stay off Jim's lawn.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll come back to you for your first one, Phil. So as always, Las Cruces. Good evening, James. It's great to see you. Mr. Steve White, my Tuesday brother. Great to see you, Steve. One of my all-time favorite people, Jerry the Jitterbug. Great to see you, Jerry. Followed by another favorite of mine, Joe from Anachronic Comics. Thank you for the sweet Christmas card, Joe. I appreciate it. Mr. DVH, Dr. Von Hoots, who is just one of the best supporters in the community. He is just in everyone's show, in the chat, supporting everybody. Thank you so much, DVH. Go check out his channel for great wrestle crates and horror comics. Just good stuff.
Oh, and he got his own comic book.
The Jackson Roy Kirk Laserdisc. Nice. I love the format back in the day. They still have a lot of discs, but need to get my player repaired. Oh, nice. That's a dude right there, Jackson. I just bet he's got like this sweet collection at home that nobody knows about. Like I bet he's just got one of the best collections out there.
I wouldn't doubt it.
We got Jim saying hi to everybody. All right, we have Brad. Good evening, Brad. Great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us this evening. Another great community supporter.
Yup.
Bleeker. Great to see you, sir. Bleeker, just a great. Make sure you guys are tuning in to Bleeker on Sundays for Church with Bleeker, and just another awesome dude. Haven't had him on in a while. Have to fix that. Guy with a lot of knowledge, a lot of great comics, and just a great attitude. All right, and we have Ronaldo. Good evening, Ronaldo. Great to see you, sir.
I see Ronaldo's our Day Slayer. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
No, don't worry. I can.
Joe's saying the same thing. Look, it's fine. I mean, whatever. It's a movie. I love it. It's great. It's iconic. Keep going.
Canadian Survivalist. Good evening, sir. And Ronaldo, I know your buddies would Phil. If you want a link to join the show, just message me on IG and I'll send you a link and you can join us. All right, and
we got the hot dog guy.
Squirrel Wars. Good evening.
Do you have any discs with nuts?
Matthew, how you doing, sir? Great to see you, Matthew. All right, so we are through the ones that are here now. I will give a tip of the hat to those that are coming as they get their notifications. But Phil, it's all about you, sir. So start us out. What is your first pick?
All right, first pick, and it was one that when I got my new player, I got the player like a few years ago, and I knew I wanted to get this set of movies, and
such a rabbit hole.
Yeah, and so first pick right there, Star Wars.
Oh, no doubt.
So first pick, and the thing about Star Wars is, all right, this is the first time Star Wars is being made available in its widescreen format in the U.S.
Oh, really?
It's on the Laserdisc in 1989. So what happened was they used the Japanese Laserdisc. I think Mitsubishi pressed it and made it for them. Ooh. And when they transferred that over for the American release of this, they messed this up. So the aspect ratio of the movie will slowly get smaller as you're watching it.
You're like, oh crazy.
So what happened was, after a while, like a company, Technodisc, managed to get like a new print and redo the Laserdisc, and it fixed it. So when you get like Laserdisc, this is like the earliest Star Wars you could get like widescreen American. It sounds like original and everything.
The one you want. Oh wait,
this is the Technodisc version of it. Yeah, so I got the right version of Star Wars, but yeah, we'll open it up.
Look at that beautiful interior.
Now, how great is it though to have the cover art that big, right?
Oh, it's so
I mean, it's so nice.
Like one of the things people like to do with their Laserdiscs is they'll take them to like shows and stuff, cons and stuff, and get them signed because like that's something you could put on your wall, like if it's signed by Mark Hamill or something. Like,
yeah,
you don't want your DVD up there, like. So
have you ever thought of sending one in to get it graded?
I think you can. I haven't done any of that myself. Nah. So of course, Empire Strikes Back.
Is this all number one?
Yeah, this is all. I'm going to count these three as just number one. Star Wars out of the way, and Return of the Jedi is interesting because it's the widescreen, and Laserdisc is meant to be watched on like a square TV like that, you know. So what they did for the widescreen of Return of the Jedi is they just moved it right up to the top of the screen, so there's an even bigger space at the bottom.
So they didn't have letterbox format?
Yeah. But the letterbox, the way they did it is they just slid it instead of having two black spots, it's one bigger black spot.
Right, they just put it all up in the top part.
Yeah. They put it all up in the top.
Interesting.
That's kind of funny.
So those are my here. I don't know if I showed you, but Jedi has a beautiful.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! What a scene! Now, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
You know what?
There's no wrong answer.
For the Laserdisc versions, this absolutely shines. It's 1980 again when you watch this one.
Nice.
There's even a spot like around like Yoda where it has that little ring for the film change.
Yeah.
So, I would think it changes all the time, but right now, for my Laserdisc, it would be this one. You know, like Star Wars on Laserdisc.
It is so hard to beat the Empire Strikes Back. So good.
Yeah.
And then after I watch Empire, I like really want to watch this again.
Right. There's no wrong answer to that. You're not going to get a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back is probably the best of all three of them. For me, anyway.
Nice. So what a way to start, right? With Star Wars.
What a way to start right off the bat with Star Wars.
All right, number 2, sir.
Number 2. Okay, this is so I got my Laserdisc player. My uncle used to have one, and he seen that I posted on Facebook. Hey, I just got a Laserdisc, and he started bringing me movies and stuff.
Nice.
And I just got like my AC3, so everything sounds amazing. And I actually bought like the movies. He had an extra player. I bought all that stuff off of him because nobody really collects this stuff. Well, they do, but Heat.
Wow.
Heat is a very cheap movie on Laserdisc, and it sounds amazing. It'll sound better, with your AC3 than the DVD. The surround sound for this is absolutely incredible. I can't emphasize that enough. But and plus, it was like a movie I hadn't seen before until I watched a Laserdisc of this. This movie's incredible. This is like absolutely fantastic. No real gatefold, but Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, good gangster cop, cat and mouse movie.
Oh yeah.
So it's absolutely fantastic. I can't emphasize that enough.
And that was weird because you said they stopped in 2001, and it's just the same thing like Jim, right? Where you don't feel as old as you are. Like Heat doesn't feel like it's that old.
Yeah,
and it's probably like 30 years old. Like one of the last.
Look how young De Niro looks. I mean, look at all of them. They just
Yeah, excellent film movie. Oh man, the shootouts and stuff. You're getting like. Bullets are flying by you. It's so crazy.
Nice.
So this movie I bought, and I lucked into this because this was like, Laserdisc, kind of like comics. They go up in value. They've been going up in value a little bit. And I bought this movie for like $25. And it's one of those AC3 tracks. So they came out later in the 90s so they could do a good surround sound for it. but Beetlejuice.
Oh, there you go.
And yeah, it's right down there. There it is, the AC3.
Yeah.
So Beetlejuice, and I bought it for $25. I even posted on it on like the Laserdisc Forever group on Facebook, and somebody made a comment like, "You paid $25 for Beetlejuice. I got a bridge to sell you." And somebody else posted like, "No, that's the AC3. It's kind of sought after. You got a really great deal when you picked that up."
Right.
So I looked at it like, what is it like today? And this sucker, like, you cannot get this for anything less than like $90 now.
Wow.
So like that was a good pickup. And it's Beetlejuice. It's classic movie, classic Tim Burton, classic Keaton.
I like that Laserdisc, even though I don't have any. I like that it's a niche collectible. It's a niche interest. That's I like a lot about it.
It is a niche interest. In a lot of the movies, like this one wasn't, but like Heat and a lot of the movies, like $5 movies, and $5 movies are good.
eBay,
eBay, the Laserdisc DB, LDDB. There's whole like stores to go in and.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you could even get them off of Facebook. That Laserdisc Forever group. There's people selling discs all the time.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to your number 4, how big is your Laserdisc collection? What do you know how many you have exactly, or do you have a round number?
Probably 200 or so. I don't know exactly. I have not counted it out. I'm gonna say I'm around 200 movies so far.
Wow.
So
now, are you the only one in the house allowed to touch them?
I'm the only one that even like collects them. So I'm probably like the only one that does touch them, unless I go up. I'll go up to like show my mom or something. Because she's seen all these movies. They're all old movies. There isn't anything after like 2000. So like
the package art alone.
Yeah, so she likes to like look, every once in a while. And when I got, it's not in the list, but I got Driving Miss Daisy on Laserdisc, and she was just like, "Oh man, this is one of my favorite movies right here."
Do you have Zardoz?
Yeah, I do have Zardoz. The council all came over for Zardoz on Laserdisc with Sean Connery.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean that's Zardoz. Ask me a real question, like, do you have Barbarella?
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet.
Number 4, sir.
Number 4 is it's just a great movie to have in any format. Fantasia.
Oh,
yeah. Right. Sure. But Disney was like notoriously excellent about their Laserdiscs. Okay.
And an instant collectible, because Disney, was that still the time when Disney was only releasing things for a certain amount of time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, limited.
So yep, that was like that. They would have that like thing of like the vault, like there was this actual vault in LA or something. And they were gonna like only be out for like 6 months, and they were locking it right back up.
Right. We're bringing it back out for 6 months.
This is this again, like this is a rather $5 Laserdisc all day. It's pretty common, but it's just fantastic. Like the art on this, it's a great cartoon. So even like I said, any format really, Fantasia is going to be a great movie to watch. But
right,
excellent on Laserdisc.
Now, do you watch a Laserdisc movie every week or just every once in a while?
If I have it and we're doing it for the council, it's every week. I try to make it like every week. I don't always
got my favorite movie on tonight, so we'll see.
Well, what's up?
So I'm waiting to see if you pull my favorite movie ever out tonight. I don't even know if it was made on Laserdisc, but we'll see. I'm going to ask you after.
100% it's on Laserdisc. Go ahead. Keep going because I already know what it is.
All right.
Well, yeah. Anyone that knows me knows what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 4, sir.
Number 4.
Number 5. Sorry.
This was in that lot of movies that I bought from my uncle for like $100. It was a nice big box. Aliens.
Oh my God. Nice.
Then this is like the director's cut. It's the special widescreen collection. This is like a boxed set. All right. This is one of those that does have like extra features and everything.
I was gonna say that's gotta have some something inside of it. And
look at how great that poster art is on there. How amazing.
You got the my mic is in the way. Like, look at that. That's all the characters right there. So yeah, like a whole chapter list and everything. So yeah, this is an amazing find. There again, this is just going up in value for some. Maybe it's a niche collectible that's catching on a little bit.
You have the first movie too?
I do.
Ooh, nice.
So yes, I do have the first movie. I gotta get the third one on Laserdisc still.
You might have to pull that one out for me to look at. That first one.
Okay.
That is my favorite Alien flick.
The
Followed
third
by
one,
the new one now, Romulus.
Yeah, the new one, Romulus, was pretty good. I thought I enjoyed
I haven't watched
it.
that one yet.
But Alien is so great. Like, just a great movie. It's probably like my favorite of the Alien series.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
So the Alien Romulus got a VHS, a very limited VHS release.
But Gore, if you didn't board in this drama, we wouldn't have the movies.
Right.
So very excellent. It's a nice box set. I was happy to get a hold of that.
Nice.
Yeah, such good movies. And they blend two of my favorite things, sci-fi and horror, which I absolutely love.
Oh, it's
sci-fi and horror.
And the first one is like a little bit more horror, and the second one's a bit more action.
Oh yeah, that one's like the trifecta, right? Sci-fi, action, horror.
Yeah, and like toward the end, where she's duct taping the gun together, what went through my head was like, "You see this, Disney? This is how a strong female character in sci-fi should look."
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, she's always going to be classic. You can't beat Ripley.
So yeah, it's a classic movie.
Very true, Gar.
I didn't want to pick too many Camerons, but the next one is another Cameron.
Well, that's okay. I'll be the Abyss. Oh, that's a good one.
All right, but honestly, it's not this version. I'll open this up for you. This version is not my pick because I go with the special edition.
Oh,
nice. Now, and again, like the first Terminator, I like that it's more of a horror movie.
Yeah, but the second one is brilliant. Come on.
It is.
The second one is great.
I saw the second one twice in the theater. Then I watched it about a couple dozen times at home.
I think I saw it twice in the theater. I never went. I was a big, very few movies I ever saw twice in the theater, but I think that was one of them.
And that first scene, like through the bridge and stuff, you're in the theater, you're like, oh my God, you're just blown away by it.
You know what? I watched the first one on Laserdisc, and even because you're going back to standard definition when you watch Laserdisc.
Right.
And it's not the biggest drop you would think, but when that stop motion animation comes on for like the T1, I was just like, oh man, that looks so cool. And it's an old effect, and I know it's like an old effect, and it still holds up. It looks so cool.
Right.
Now, this version actually comes with like a letter from Cameron talking about it. He's a
genius filmmaker. He's one of the all-time greats to me.
Oh yeah.
The Abyss is, I think, probably my favorite film from him. I love The Abyss.
I have it on Laserdisc. That might be. Yeah. I almost picked that one up because that's another great. And I didn't want my whole pile to be like 6 Cameron movies,
dude. And that scene when Ed Harris is trying to revive her, it just gets me every damn time.
Come on, wife.
Right.
And you don't see anything from Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio very much anymore.
But they were
brilliant
great in that movie. Michael, you had the Cameron man's mainstay, Michael Bain, and
what did you say? The Abyss is the soul of Titanic.
And I love The Abyss so much. I even read the novel, everything. It was so good.
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was early, like when I picked up too, The Abyss. I
just think it's an underappreciated film.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
this is an hour and it's an extra almost it comes with clocks in at 152 minutes. It's like an extra 20 minutes of movie with this version of Terminator 2. So
And when he enters that school for John, it's just what an amazing scene, right? With and he's got the box of flowers, and it's a gun inside. Such a great scene.
So yeah, this version T2, gotta love it. Great movie.
Man, you're picking some great films.
Yeah, that was
I like you better than Cliff already.
All right.
I just said that because I know I'm going to get some hate from Cliff now. Excuse me.
What does that mean, Gary?
So next movie is a comic book movie.
Oh, excellent.
All right. So like Tim Burton came out with Batman in '89. I watched this and I was just like, you know what? This was so heavily influenced by Batman. It's like we gave Batman like his cojones. The Crow.
Oh, nice.
God. And it is like, and this was a little bit valuable. It cost me a little bit of money because it is the DTS version of it. So it sounds like, yeah. But The Crow, definitely
they have to do that one with the soundtrack too. I mean,
the soundtrack for The Crow is just like you're gonna turn this up to like 11 to watch it just for the music and soundtrack alone.
Yeah, I need to watch that one again.
That was like a lot of people's like first foray into alternative rock was like, I got the Crow soundtrack,
right?
9 Inch Nails and Stone Temple Pilots and. So the soundtrack is just like, it's one of those movies that it didn't need that soundtrack, but since it has it, it just put it over. It's like icing on the cake for everything. Right. So great action movie. It said he like passed away making this movie, but still like a great, great classic movie. Probably a little bit like underrated as a comic book movie today.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like. Great movie.
What was the movie he was in with Dolph Lundgren? I can't remember. I like that one too.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about, but it was like it wasn't one of his best. Wasn't it something like Little Tokyo or something? Showdown Little Tokyo. Something.
I think you're thinking that's the John Carpenter movie with Kurt Russell.
That's Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, John Carpenter. Yeah.
All right. All I remember is there was one he did called Rapid Fire. I think it was like his first one.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
So I was right.
He had it right.
Okay. I knew it was something with Tokyo. And that's the only thing that came to mind. But I Rapid Fire was like one of his first movies I think he did when he was by himself. And I could watch that over and over because he played this like Chinese kid or college kid or something. It kind of reminded me of like when his father would have been here in America. He was here in college. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, my mind is always on John Carpenter flicks.
Yeah.
Love The Crow. It's no Grease 2, mind you. Like we were talking a little while ago in the comic book stop. I know several people who like Grease 2 better than the original Grease.
No, that's impossible.
Do they also like Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo more than Breaking?
I don't
know. Another impossibility.
You
guys, I don't know. You're on something tonight. It's crazy. You're in an alternate universe. Go back to reality.
All right, so we got Crow. What's next, good sir?
The exclusive archive collection of Tron. Okay,
look at that.
This is this is another box
bigger than Aliens.
Yeah. So this was another one I looked up. Like I got this, for what I got it for. I think it was around $35-$40. I looked it up today and I couldn't do it for anything like near that anymore. I was like. And mine came out in like a pretty good condition.
Yeah, the serendipitous buy then, huh?
Yeah.
I was up to like Tron 4 now. Isn't there a Tron movie coming out?
Is there another Tron movie?
The third one.
Is it? Okay. Is it the third one? Okay.
Like we just watched Jumanji, but this is like the ultimate stuck in a video game movie. Like. Man. And Disney gave you like a whole side of like supplementary like art and stuff to look at. So
yeah, I love that stuff. I'm a sucker for that. And I'm sure you're the same, but I'm a special features nerd. Like I will, if I have a movie, I will watch every special feature on it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love to watch the deleted scenes, the stuff that they're like, okay, we took this out, but we still think it's good, and we want you to give your opinion. And I'm like, why did they take that out? That was great.
Where they only have the animatics or the storyboards on it in certain parts, and the actors around. Go ahead, Phil.
Oh no, just
again. The presentation on these is amazing, right? The covers
in
the back.
I mean, I can see where that would be like $40 or $50 just for the box set. You know, the box alone. You know, I mean, look how
Jackson says the Blu-ray ported all the LD extras and added more. And
Steve there you go.
Light cycles rule.
The light cycle game. That was a real game. That was Surround. I think is what it was called on the Atari. The light cycle game.
Yeah, I could never win that.
Oh. But great stuff.
Yeah, excellent stuff.
I'm down to 2 already on my.
No, you might have to come back for a second Laserdisc 1011.
I know. I'm sorry, we're going quick.
Actually, we've been going over 30 minutes. Can you believe it?
All right, yeah.
It just feels quick when you're having fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. DVH likes it meaty.
All right.
Real expensive.
Yeah, they were really expensive, I'm sure.
Robert?
And some of those box sets, they're not like, because they're not like, it's a niche collectible. It's
right.
Like, I said, $5 movies are fun to collect.
Now, are those difficult to get in good condition or not so much?
Not so much. Like, you can kind of look, and sometimes even if like the cover is like a little bit like dinged up or something, like the movie could be fine. Right. If anything, like because it's on a disc, there is like a thing of like laser rot, and there are a few movies like Eraser is a known like rotted laser disc that like people try to tell you to avoid.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was going to ask about that. I mean, it's essentially it's almost like a giant CD, right? If you scratch it, you're done, right?
If you scratch it, it's yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you would have to keep that thing uber safe.
Now, before we get on to your number 9, I got to ask too. Are there some that are so expensive that you have that you won't risk playing it because you don't want any harm to come to the Laserdisc itself?
No, nothing that I like. I usually get them to play. Like I don't really like get it to just have. I get them to like I want to experience that surround sound or that thing.
That's the thing. It's a movie. It's like getting a comic book and not reading it. You got to read it. You got to watch it.
I agree.
And like one of the most expensive laser discs, and I don't have it. There's that is kind of highly sought after, but Matrix, the first Matrix movie on Laserdisc.
Wow, that made it on Laserdisc.
That made it on Laserdisc.
Oh yeah, because that was like 1994, wasn't it?
99.
It had to be at the end. Yeah, because I think that came out right at the end of the 90s. Wow.
Still have to frame it. Nice to get that. Oh, nice.
Star Trek. Yeah, I got most of the Star Treks. Like as the Laserdisc got later and later, they probably made fewer and fewer, and those are starting to get worth money. Like X-Men, the X-Men movie from 2000 got a Japanese release on Laserdisc. That's even more than like Matrix.
I used to have a bunch of UMDs for the PSP before I sold it. Now I wish I didn't.
Oh yeah, it's physical media and it's kind of fun to collect. And like my next pick, I didn't know it was an expensive Laserdisc. Like I was buying Laserdisc off of she's a big seller, Hollywood Laserdisc. Maxine, the Laserdisc queen. If anybody buys Laserdiscs, and she put up a few movies, and I got like Romancing the Stone and a couple others. And I picked this up, and I didn't even know, like, and then I went and she came back with this great price for everything, like $100. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll do it for $100. I'm getting like 4 or 5 movies. And I was like, but what's the real, like, because all these other movies seem like they would be cheap. And then I looked up this one, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
And I saw it wasn't even available for like $100. I was like, and that's where your money went. So this movie is like crazy. Well, I never saw it until I saw it on Laserdisc. But if you ever read the Doonesbury comic strip,
Yeah.
The political comic strip Bloomsbury. I never knew, like, Hunter S. Thompson is Uncle Duke in the comic strip, and I never knew how on that character was until I watched this movie, and I'm like, oh man, Gary Trudeau did such a great job with that cartoon character.
Now, what makes this movie so valuable on Laserdisc?
I think it's just a late release cult movie. It has a bit of a cult following.
Right.
Yeah.
That might have been one of those, like 99 films as well.
Yeah, like 98, 99 film, but huge cult following. It's not like a movie that people, if you have it in your collection, you're probably not like looking to sell it anytime soon because it is a good movie.
It came out in 98, so, if it came out in 98, they might not have released it till 99. You never know. Because back then they were still, putting movies out, and they would wait a bit before they'd release it out to the public. So
there it is, rare, not many available.
That's probably why.
Is there a holy grail of Laserdisc in the Laserdisc community, like one that's considered above all of them, like just for
an AF-15 Laserdisc?
Probably I said probably Matrix. There's probably even rarer ones than that, but Matrix is pretty rare. That'll hit you up there. X-Men, very rare. That'll cost you a pretty penny. Fight Club, I think, had a Japanese release.
So you need to go to Japan and get this thing, man.
Yeah.
So that goes to my next question. Do you have any foreign edition Laserdisc in your collection?
Yes, I have one.
Oh, they gotta be.
It's I don't have it here to show you. I could go get a few. I'll go get a few extra videos to show you, like some honorable mentions after we go through the list. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Fear and Loathing in Blood. I watched this, and this is the story of a bender. Like, this is an American famous bender. That's really how I can describe it. He is on, like, they're out on a bender in Las Vegas.
Elizabeth Shue, man. That's all you got to say.
Right?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Shue, and you're done. Yeah, I'm there. So.
Come on. Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead with her.
Yeah.
What was the one? The horror movie? The monkey with the monkey. I can't remember right now. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
And that one, if you watched it when you were a kid, it helped you grow up a little because there's a little bathtub scene with her.
Is that all right? We're getting off topic. That's crazy.
So this is number 10, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Number 10, sir.
Number 10, Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
So, and this also is like pretty special because it is the AC3 track of The Wall. So the mix on this movie is insane. It's all anything extra, like, like any of the war scenes and stuff, any of the shots fired are all mixed throughout like your speakers. This is not crazy.
Looks great.
Yeah.
The animation looks fantastic. I think this also has a commentary track. I have not listened to that yet. But yeah, Pink Floyd's The Wall. It's you know what? When I first saw it, because I was familiar with the music growing up as a kid and stuff. And I loved Pink Floyd, loved The Wall. When I finally got around to watching the movie, I think I had like my Blockbuster card and I rented it. I watched it and I did not like it at first. This is like a movie that you got to like watch several times. You got to like pretty much you got to watch a movie, watch a concert, listen to an album, watch a concert, and then watch a movie, and you'll be like, all right, this is great. This is fantastic. So, but yeah, the animation scenes are great. The soundtrack on this is absolutely amazing. I didn't actually look this one up, but it was like a $50 disc when I bought it.
Wow.
So I can't even imagine what something like this goes for now. But this was the AC3 Dolby Digital Pink Floyd The Wall.
Now, the film you have around all of them, did that film come on them, or did you buy special packaging to put over them, like a sleeve?
These I took the sleeves off of everything that these are just like vinyl record sleeves.
Right. I was gonna say he's got to have that. I mean, that even their slabs come in something sort of. Yeah. She didn't win IMDb.
So yeah, I just use like vinyl record sleeves to just kind of like it takes down on the tear of pulling it in and out of the shelf and stuff. Keeps the cover protected.
Right, you don't want the surface rub on it. And
Yep. So I tried to get them. I took everything out. Like I said, I took everything that had like a good gatefold out of the vinyl like record sleeve tonight.
Man.
All right, so you can either do your spec pick or your personal story.
I'll do a spec pick first.
Okay, excellent.
I'm dying to hear the spec pick.
Yeah, that one.
Roger Rabbit.
All right, Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's a spec pick because right now it's like normal price, like $25 or so, which is like fine, especially for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right.
This is the last like unedited Roger Rabbit. So this is like the last before they've changed everything. So
I didn't know they changed things in it.
They changed things, and
another one I saw in the theater too.
Is this no, this does not have a. Yeah, I saw this twice in the theater, like as a kid. And I watched this as an adult pretty recently, and I realized that this is like ingenious. As a cartoon fan now, like you see everything because they didn't just get like Warner Brothers and Disney to shake hands. You got like Betty Boop and Woody Woodpecker.
Oh yeah, there was a lot in there.
There's so much in here.
Now, what did they change? I gotta know.
All right, there's a scene where like him and Jessica Rabbit are in a taxi and they get thrown from the taxi. And if you're going frame by frame on Laserdisc, which this version is made to go frame by frame on, she's not wearing any underwear. All right. It's very clear she's not wearing any underwear.
That animated trollop.
Yeah. So there's this, that was the major change, which I'm sure they had to like. I'm sure like once that was found, and which I thought was great because like you would only see that.
Snuck that in there.
Yeah, that was snuck in there.
I'm surprised you didn't say like one of her boobs pops out or something.
No. Hey, wow. So since then, I think they've made several subsequent changes along the way.
Yeah.
I think there's a part where he, like the little baby, walks under a dress and says something like. So yeah, there's several subsequent changes that were made to this along the way, but this on Laserdisc right now, it's my spec pick because it's like the last, uncut version of Roger Rabbit.
That's cool. There's got to be some VHS ones out there too.
Yeah. But it's also like the letterbox, VHS would probably pan and scan. So,
well, yeah, that and a lot better picture clarity.
Yeah, and a lot better picture quality on the LD. The animator stuck things in. Nobody really paid attention to the frame by frame.
Animators for having a bit of fun.
Yeah. So my story. There. My story, $5 disc all day, and it's also a great movie, is For the Hunt for October.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow. First of all, to me, that movie was Alec Baldwin's opening, to make him who he was.
So beautiful, beautiful gatefold, too.
Another one I saw in the theater.
And I actually saw it in the theater, and it was with me, my dad, and my two sisters, and I was like 12 at it's 1990, so this came out. So, and I'm like, and my sisters are even younger, and I'm barely like old enough to keep up with like the movie and stuff. Right. But we saw it at the theater, and my like little sister, she's like, if I'm 12, she's like 6, So it's like definitely like over her head. And my dad said, she probably found it a little boring. She's used to like an Indiana Jones, fast paced, like something like that she could get.
Right.
But like I was just like, it was just at that age where I could like pretty much keep up with the movie. Later on that year, if anybody remembers the plastic model kits that with like the pieces and you would paint the little pieces and stuff.
Right.
They had a whole ton of them for Star Wars. Well, me and my dad actually did the submarine, the Red October,
Nice.
and like we built that and stuff. So it was just no, I did not. I wish.
That would be great, huh?
Yeah. So I picked that movie. Plus, I saw it at the theater with my family. And it was a great movie. We built the model kit for it. It was like when I got the Laserdisc player, it was like one of the first movies I watched on Laserdisc, in like the now era.
Yeah.
And it really checked all the boxes. It was a movie I hadn't seen in 20 plus years. That was just fantastic. It was, it looked, like the step down from HD, everything's in HD now, to standard definition was not like drastic as I thought. The movie sounded great. It was just like a good movie
for Sean Connery.
Yeah. It's just a good movie to go back to. So this was my pick. That's my little story. Like I said, I built the model. Look at James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
All right. So now I got to ask you a question.
All right.
And this is really going to tell if I'm going to like you or not.
Okay.
Do you have John Carpenter's The Thing on Laserdisc?
I don't think so. I got the black and white, The Thing from Another World. But not the John.
Back on top, baby.
But hold on,
I like that one too.
Yeah, I got that one. But hold on, I'll grab a couple like honorable mentions. Give me like 2 minutes.
This is fantastic.
2 pings, Mr. Vasily. 2 pings and 2 pings only, please. What, Captain? I love that. Yeah, it's. That movie to me was what launched Alec Baldwin. I mean, he had been in other movies, but that's the one that I think, when it made him a box office draw. Up until that point, I don't know if he'd really done, enough that it had that level of draw. I mean, he'd done stuff, but I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't think
But the Baldwins had always done stuff that set him above the other Baldwins and kind of launched them.
Right. I mean, he did Beetlejuice before this movie. But he wasn't the main lead to me in Beetlejuice.
No, Beetlejuice was about Winona Ryder and Johnny Depp.
Right. I mean,
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah. I think he had done maybe. He did The Shadow, but I don't think anybody saw The Shadow. I enjoyed The Shadow.
The Shadow was fantastic. The Shadow is a movie that does not get enough love.
Right. And I just don't think
really good.
I don't think it did great in the box office. Again.
And he was great in The Shadow.
Right. But it wasn't a draw. This movie made serious money. And that's what the studios were like, hey, this guy looks like he's, might be able to do something, so I think that helped launch his career to do other, what I mean? Like, in my mind, that's one of those ones that,
for him.
Yeah, it opened a lot of doors for him.
But I love that Shadow movie. It's so good.
Oh, it's done, and the special effects the whole thing was done well. I mean, I don't hate on it. I think it was great for its time.
It was exceptional for its time, and his acting in it was great.
Yeah. Hello, 23.
Hey, 23.
He's saying big LD sellers were anime. Interesting.
See what I won from 23?
Nice.
And he did the back cover too. The back for.
That's the 23 art.
All right, back to you, Phil. I mean, I'm about had it with listening to my co-host here.
We carry as long as we can.
So
I'm no Cliff. I'm no Cliff though.
We talked about it.
Yes.
There's the box set version.
Now that's a movie I still watch once or twice a month too. Is the original Alien?
The original Alien. This is actually the AC3 surround sound version of it. This is the version I actually watched. Great movie, great sounding movie. It's really like it's a horror movie, and they're slowly getting picked off one by one, which is great.
The thing, it does tension really well.
Yeah, the build up is
Just because we talked about this one also, The Abyss.
There you go. There's your Abyss.
Yes. I love that movie, and I'm going to have to watch it again this week. I love that. And I love the book, too. The book was great.
Yes, 23. He still has the player. I mean, he plays these.
Oh, I play them still. I still watch them. I actually play them through a projector now on like a screen.
Oh
my
gosh, I might have to buy the thing Laserdisc just to have it. It's $20 on eBay. Look at the cover; it's amazing. Look at it! It's so good. I would just display it.
Just another honorable mention: The Princess Bride.
Love The Princess Bride.
That would have been in the first for me.
The most quotable movie in history to me.
Yeah, that would have been my first. That's awesome.
You guys asked if I had any like Japanese laser discs that never came to America. I got this guy.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
And
very nice.
Not my favorite, but Japanese makes it cool.
It's from Japan, and it's first of all, there's the beautiful like spread. It's also once again, it hasn't been changed yet, so Yoda is still the puppet, like
right. Now 23 says he has the Bon Jovi live concert.
Oh, okay.
And Joe's asking, what brand Laserdisc player do you have?
Okay. I have the Pioneer. It's one of the latest ones to get manufactured. It's the DVL 919.
And what would one of those cost somebody today?
I got mine for like $400. I don't know, that was probably like a little bit. I got it at a local record store. So I knew it was like, I talked to the guy and he's like, yeah, look, it's working and everything. And he said, and just so you know, if I had the remote for it, it would be an extra $100. So it didn't come with a remote. So I ended up buying like a $20 remote off of Amazon that has like the play button. It doesn't have that little circular wheel, but I don't really need that. And plus my receiver is also Pioneer. So I found out very quickly that my receiver had the button to access the different audio selections and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Just because they were the same thing. I was like, oh, these were like made to talk to each other.
And Jackson says there was very few made by other companies than Pioneer.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo wanted to know if that Phantom Menace had the film strip in it.
I don't think it did. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I had the film strip. And I remember like the VHS, the box VHS that had the the little strip of film, the movie. I think it had like a little book.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just recently got this one.
Oh.
But GoldenEye.
Oh, nice.
GoldenEye. Look at that.
Yeah.
And
along with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
I remember watching Remington Steele and just wanting him to be James Bond one day.
Right.
This was like one of the first surround sound laser discs with the Dolby Digital, and they put the subwoofer track a little bit high. So it's a little bit hot on the subwoofer end of it. So your couch will be shaking a little bit if you're watching this. But other than that, it sounds amazing. I think the whole fourth side of this is like a whole special feature, like little special like James Bond thing that they aired on TV.
Right. Now Terry Hatcher was still super famous too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
But this was really great to go back to and watch, especially today, because like all the computers have the big box, the big box screen, the CRTs.
And he gets extra points too because he had the Bond film that had Michelle Yeoh in it, so that got extra points.
That's of course Titanic. It sounds amazing on Laserdisc. There again, Cameron's gone back and touched this up, and when you watch it on Laserdisc, you realize it probably did need a little bit of touch up. There was a part of it, and pretty much anything you see, just the ship, is computer animation.
Right.
So, but very, very pretty on the inside.
Oh wow, that is a gorgeous inset. Look at that.
Man, I forgot how young DiCaprio was in that.
Well, not only that, like that was my introduction to Kate Winslet, and and then you watch her movies after Titanic, you just realize what a great actress she is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you see the HBO show, The Mayor of Eastwood?
No. I saw some of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. She's in that. This is but it's still, amazing movie on Laserdisc. Sounds amazing. Dolby Digital, right there it is.
Jackson has a Universal player that is also a 5 CD carousel player.
Okay. So that is nice. Wow.
All right. Wow. Another Cameron flick, Titanic.
Oh, Titanic. And for my final honorable mention, John Woo movie, Face Off.
Face Off.
I didn't see that in the theater. I did not.
In the theater.
No, I did not see that in the theater, and I'm so glad I didn't.
This is fantastic.
It was fun at the time.
It was very fun. You know what? It's where it really shines is Nick Cage has to sound, act like John Travolta, and vice versa. And they're on the other side of the wall, and they're doing just that next to each other, and it's great. After that, it's a John Woo movie. Things are exploding, just touching each other.
That's it.
Oh yeah, it's the ending of this is just an explosion after explosion.
Right.
Pretty great action. The premise is a little bit out there, but after you get through the first premise, it's so much fun to watch.
That'd be like if there was absolutely nothing on television but that, then I might watch it. But yeah, that's so low on my list.
Oh really? I got a low one now. All right, it took all night.
Yeah, that Princess Bride would have been first one for me right out the gate. I'd have been
Princess Bride is so good.
Yeah,
so good.
So now I have to ask you though, because we talked about another one of my favorite movies. Do you have History of the World Part 1?
I do not. I have Young Frankenstein, and I have Blazing Saddles.
Oh, I love Blazing Saddles.
Young Frankenstein, I think only came I don't think that you got a widescreen. But
that
Blazing
is my second favorite Mel Brooks movie is Young Frankenstein. My first is History of the World Part 1, and then it's Young Frankenstein.
And then Young Frankenstein. So I grew up with Baseballs and stuff.
Jackson's trying to get himself blocked from the channel. Look at him talking.
I'm that way about the Thing. That's funny.
Nobody talks bad about the Thing.
This is a Thing only channel.
Right. Those Phil, thank you so much. Those were fantastic.
Yeah,
what a pleasure to go through those.
Yeah.
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed just seeing the box art the most, and just the way it's reproduced on there. It's amazing. It's such a great format. It just really showcases the art. It's too bad that there's a thing called laser rot, which I had never heard of before.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
It really affects probably a handful of titles. I don't really have an issue with it. So, but yeah, there is a real thing, laser rot, and some of the the format is literally rotting away.
So it's it doesn't have anything with the quality of the disc. Then a
little bit. There's a little. I think I don't know, but there was a manufacturer that's notorious, or a presser that was notorious to make rotters, but you didn't know about it until probably pretty recent when your movies aren't playing as well.
Right.
Or they look kind of fuzzy if you are watching something. It looks very fuzzy and broken up.
Right. I could see that happening. We used to you'd go to different cons and whatnot. Well, I've been to different cons, and you'd have, or a flea market thing, you'd see this guy with a whole table full of remastered movies, and you just know that he just bootlegged them, and somehow, and the quality's never good on a DVD.
Yeah.
That's not the cover of that. He just went and put a whole new cover on it. So yeah, it's especially these old kung fu flicks that I would look at and be like, oh man, this is terrible. So I get it.
The early days of CGC and stuff. I mean, you can see where they put the stuff in, in a lot of those movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so much. But it has like Air Force One. Like some of the CGC has not aged well in some of these movies, and Air Force One is one of them. Yeah, even Titanic. When I watched Titanic, I was like, there was a scene where I was like, "Is this like a Board-A-Bomb 1990s video game?"
Oh man,
great stuff. All right, we're gonna go around the horn like we always do. Jim, haven't made much lately, but do you have something new coming up?
Soon? I don't have anything new coming up. I think what I'm going to try to do, actually working on it tomorrow, editing sucks, is put together a bunch of contemplate, like a best finds video for 2024. Here's some cool things that I found throughout the year that I might have had captured on my phone, and I'll put it out there. Maybe might do a cross also with the comics that I feel like were cool that I picked up in 2024, and that's probably going to end 2024 for me. I don't know when I'm going to get back out digging. For one, it's getting cold, and I fear the ground's going to start to freeze up. And two, Digger Jim is fighting issues with his back and doesn't know what's going on with it. So we'll see.
Now, for me, we got next week off because it's Christmas week.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to work.
Right. I do drive you pretty hard.
I know. God.
One day I may even pay you. But yeah, but we're gonna start the new year off with a bang, Jim.
All right.
Because guess who's gonna do his first 10-1-1 on January 2nd? None other than Gore Vidal himself.
What?
Coming on the 10-1-1.
Wow.
So that's how you and I are kicking off the new year with Gore.
We're
kicking it off with style.
Love it.
And, next year, I'm going to probably try to work on Jackson Roykert getting on and doing one.
Yes, please.
He doesn't have to show his face. He can just do hands like CJ.
Right. He can do CJ. The French version.
Look, Gore and Jackson are both trying to get themselves canceled tonight.
I look forward to talking about the
Gore, if you watch my interview, and I'm going to plug this, 2 nights ago, I was on Cocktails and Comics with Cliff. And Gore, I talked about that and my strong dislike for their adaptations. But if you guys haven't seen that, go watch it. I had a blast with Cliff, and we talked for almost 2 hours.
Wow.
We had a fun show, a lot of stuff. I showed a lot, and it was just a good time. So go watch it and calm yourself. But Phil, what's coming up for you, sir?
What is coming up for me? With Council of Comics are doing we're doing Die Hard this weekend. On Sunday, Film and Box Office News. Monday, New Keys and Hot Comics at 8 p.m.
And Ronaldo going to tell us why it's the ultimate Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll be going over that and why it's ultimate. Why you feel good after watching Die Hard. Yeah. So
I'm going to spam that. What day is that?
That is Sunday night, 5 p.m.
I'm going to spam the crap out of that. Christmas, what a great Christmas movie. Ronaldo's crazy. What a great Christmas movie.
Ronaldo, you can watch Ronaldo argue it the other way. See, Bizzle picked this, and I was glad he did because I knew I had it on Laserdisc. So we're going to be watching Die Hard this week. And we got Phil, the New Keys and Hot Comics on Monday, and then we are also off for Christmas.
No, wow. I have a question for you, Phil.
Okay.
You have 200 Laserdiscs in your collection.
Yeah, probably around there.
Why? It would seem like a lost opportunity to not have a Laserdisc watch party at least once a month.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have a bunch of guests on, you watch a movie and discuss it while it's going.
Yeah. I have not done that yet. That's a good...
Keira Knightley, one of the most beautiful women ever created.
Yes.
So I said Die Hard was her favorite Christmas movie. All right.
He's a genius.
Whatever. I can't ever see Keira Knightley without thinking there is no time, no era where she just wouldn't be extraordinarily beautiful.
Maybe when she was like 1.
No, I'm talking about like if like you took her now and you put her in like the 30s, or you put her in the 70s, or you put her
a period in time. You mean? Yeah,
right. There's like no period in time where like she wouldn't be extremely beautiful.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
so, yeah. The only watch party
he doesn't have that
did
one.
Was we got together and we watched Zardoz, that movie. Green, they were the thing was what is the weirdest movie like you watched or something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one I've never seen.
I've never seen Zardoz with Green Shirt Guys, and I found it on Laserdisc, and we did get all together and had like a watch party, and we watched it, and we had some dinner. But yeah, Green Shirt Guy is right. That is a very good idea.
And do you have the Conan movies on Laserdisc?
Not yet. There are so many I still do not have that I want to get. So
he's killing it, Gary.
Yeah, he was above Cliff for like a hot minute, and then he just
second. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not yet. Though the answer for Conan is not yet. I just haven't got those yet.
Look, I think Gary's already looked up the thing on eBay, and it's like, oh, I can afford that. I don't need it. I don't have a Laserdisc player. I'm just gonna put it.
Just buy it just for the art.
Yeah, he's gonna
yeah. Later, the art is just like fantastic.
The presentation's so good. It's just wow. But,
Nick, can you stream that?
Great show, Phil. Thank you, and you'll have to come on again.
I will definitely come on again. I'll probably have 10 different laser discs to talk about in another spec pick and stories. So nice. I love movies. We'll
definitely do another laser disc. This was so much fun.
And all right. Well, thanks for having me.
And I'm passionate about movies. I love them. Jim loves them. It's just great stuff. Thank you, Steve. But we're going to say thank you to the audience who was here tonight. Thank you guys so much for the great show. Thank you for joining us and having fun with us. Want to say, as always, thank you to my buddy Jim, who is always here. Thank you, Jim. You know how much I appreciate you, sir. Absolutely. I may not say it enough, but my appreciation for you is always there. And Phil, thank you for taking the time to come on my stupid little channel and showing a piece of what you love in your life. It's those were great. What a fun time.
Yeah, those
yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. It was great.
No problem. And with that, guys, we're going to end it like we always do. We're going to say keep it casual and do our outro.